Get back to the Lions and Tigers a little bit later on. First hour dominated with discussion of a 14-2 win and the Trey Hendrickson news, which is kind of rippled around the NFL this week. Starting yesterday afternoon when he went public with a statement about his displeasure with the Bengals front office. 248-539-9797. All right, so the NBA draft lottery was last night, and the Dallas Mavericks won it. Now, have you seen what's gone viral about Dallas and Chicago?
No.
Okay. So the regular season ended last year, and Dallas and Chicago had the exact same record. They were slotted at 11th in the draft lottery. So to break the tie, they had to have a coin flip. And in the coin flip, Dallas won. So Dallas got the 11th spot, which had a 1.8% chance of winning the lottery. Chicago got the 12th spot, which had a 1.7% chance of winning the lottery. But what's gone viral is that late in the year, it was late March, Chicago beat the Lakers on a more than half-court heave from Josh Getty that he made just at the buzzer, 3-2-1. He let one go from his side of half court. Mm-hmm. And he made it and beat the Lakers in a meaningless game. Had he missed it, and the season played out the way it did, they would have had the 11th spot and the 1.8% chance. But because he made it, it's gone viral as, did this cost the Bulls Cooper flag? That's one. Two is, heads or tails could have cost the Bulls Cooper flag because it was the 11th slot. It was where Dallas was in the 11th slot that won the lottery, and Chicago in the 12th slot with the same record did not.
No,
couldn't be funnier than it happens to Chicago, as far as I'm concerned.
Sure, but I mean, both things are ridiculous. The first one's ridiculous because you can point to any play in any game that you won during the course of a season. And yes, that's a fantastic one, half court, whatever. That's losers mentality. But that's Chicago. The other thing is, we really should have explored this a little bit more yesterday when we talked about the conspiracy theories. Dallas should have won, right? I mean, in hindsight, we're like, of course they won. They did business with the NBA. We got to give up Luka to LA. Okay, what's in it for us? We'll give you the first pick in the draft. There it is. That's your conspiracy. That was doing business in the middle of the night with the NBA and the Lakers. Hey, you up? What, man? I'm tired. Listen, we're going to trade Luka to you. What do you say? Oh, okay. For what? Anthony Davis, Max Christie, and a bunch of nothing. Okay, sounds good. And the NBA said, all right, we'll get you back. And what they did, 1.8% chance became reality, and now Dallas has Cooper flag to pair with Anthony Davis and others.
Okay, so how did they pull this off?
What do you mean how they pull this off?
How did they fix it?
Look, I don't know the physics of it all. I don't know magnets. I don't know what the hell is used. Special numbering on the ping pong ball. I don't know, or envelope. I don't know how they do it these days.
It's ping pong balls.
Yeah.
And there are 14 ping pong balls, number 1 through 14. There are 1,001 possible combinations. There are 4 balls that bounce around and they pop up in front of select media, NBA officials, and representatives from participating teams. They're all watching. So if there's some shenanigans.
Here's how they did it.
Okay.
They called up Danny Ocean and they said, listen, we have a caper for you. We need you to help us rig the NBA lottery. And that's exactly what happened. So Danny and Rusty got together, hashed out a plan.
Is that what it was?
Rusty was eating a sandwich. And Danny was playing with his wedding ring and decided, here we go, we got it. And they made it happen. That's how it works.
Kang, do you believe in this conspiracy theory?
Come on. Do I believe that there is a conspiracy theory? Or this
do you believe that the lottery was fixed for Dallas?
Come on.
Yes. Okay, if you're making me pick yes or no, I'm going to say yes.
Yes!
Okay, so
forget the percentages. I'm going to say yes.
My man.
Let's get to real talk here.
Yeah.
Let's get to real talk.
What?
Let me word the question a different way. Was there a conspiracy theory last night for Dallas to win the lottery? You can answer yes or no. But if you are wrong, every cent in your bank account is drained and you go to prison for the rest of your life. Every cent. You lose every penny and you go to prison for the rest of your life. That's what's on the line here. I will ask again, yes or no, do you believe last night's draft lottery was rigged?
Yep.
Kang, do you believe last night's draft lottery was rigged?
Yes.
Who won the draft lottery?
The Mavericks.
There you go.
Do you know that there's a conspiracy theory that could be forwarded for every team? Oh, they just wanted him in
Not like
Chicago.
this.
They want him in the big city.
Not like
San
this.
Antonio wins them all.
This goes back with the Luka conspiracy, which has all the I mean, come on. They didn't even offer Luka up to the rest of the league. It was to one team.
The biggest market in the NBA.
Nobody is that dumb. All right? Not without some severe some serious influence coming from Silver in the NBA.
So they got the owners for the other teams, that the representatives from the other teams that were witnessing the lottery to agree to this?
I didn't say that. They don't have to do anything with them. Their business is with the Dallas Mavericks.
Yeah, but they were witnessing the ping pong balls.
And what?
And so they saw that it was the bouncing ping pong balls popped up in the combination that was the Mavericks.
Yep.
And so how did they do? That's why I get back to the question. How'd they do this?
I told you, Danny Ocean. They come up with some way to make it happen.
They got a grease guy.
Yeah, they got a grease man. They got a grease man. You know, they go to the plant in Mexico that makes the dice, and you know they do whatever it takes. They go to the plant that makes the ping pong balls with the numbers, and somebody has a remote device, and it flips over to Mr. 1.8%, the Dallas Mavericks.
So racketeering and fraud charges against Adam Silver.
How are they going to prove it?
Well, what does Adam Silver make? You think he'd risk all this to get Dallas the first pick?
No, I think he'd risk all this so that LA gets Luka Doncic. It goes back that far. That's step. Well, that's step one. Because why would Dallas make a deal with the Lakers if not something coming their way?
You know what's more plausible to me?
What are you going to do for me if I make this deal for you?
Immensely more plausible to me is that Nico Harrison, the GM of the Mavericks, is a dope.
Wow.
That's far more plausible to me than this conspiracy theory.
I mean, a dope to make a trade with LA is one thing. A dope to only talk to LA, make the trade in the middle of the night where nobody else can bid on it, that's too much.
Danny, you're on 97.1 The Ticket in Utica. Hi, Danny.
Doug, I love you, man. But I feel like we do this every year come the silly NHL and NBA draft lottery with all this silliness. And it's gotten to the point now where, I'm sorry, my friend, explain to us how 1.8% always comes out to being the winner when we're also not talking about the fact that, can we explain why the 23rd best team in the NBA got the number 2 overall pick again after just getting the number 1 overall pick? And then all of a sudden the 19th best team in the NBA gets the number 1 pick overall in the draft? I mean, I'm with Gator. Danny Ocean's in on it, but it's not that hard to rig dice. I don't know how the science behind rigging dice in a casino gets done, but it can get done. Just because we don't know how the sausage is made doesn't mean a sausage doesn't get made.
That's right.
Danny, do you like prison?
Myself, no, I don't.
And so you would risk going to prison the rest of your life because you buy into this conspiracy.
What I'm saying is, I'm not saying Adam Silver is caring about. He knows he's not going to be going to prison because you know what I think happens is the owners who basically determine whether he's hired or fired every year are telling him, "Hey, this is what's happening." That's what in my opinion, all the commissioners, they have to abide by their board, and their board is their owners. And after this happens, and there's a deal in the back in the middle of the night that's saying, yeah, L.A., one of our premier markets, the Lakers, the number 1 franchise in our league. Yeah, we got to make them premier after LeBron goes bye-bye and retires. And so, Dallas, we'll get you on the back end of this deal, and you'll be taken care of just fine.
I guess I would feel like the Knicks would be competing for the NBA championship every year and not just this year, and they have been a pathetic organization. A. B. Do you know how many people you'd have to keep quiet? Fools! There are fools amongst us. Who believes this crap? You're fools.
Doug, do you like prison? Why are you only asking us?
So
you could be wrong.
So comfortable.
We're comfortable.
That
I'm very comfortable.
No way they'd be able to pull this off.
Dude, this is like asking like David Blaine how he pulls off his tricks, or David Copperfield. Like, it just happens, man. They do this. The good ones don't reveal.
It's an illusion.
I think it's fun. Everybody loves talking about it. It's fun. It's funny. Yeah, they rigged it. They rigged it. You don't really believe that. You don't really believe that. Gator's logic is that a movie character did it.
No, my logic is that they made a deal with Luka going to L.A., and Dallas had to get something on the back end. The back end was, we got you when it comes to the draft.
And when I ask you how they pulled this off,
why do I have to come up with the reason that they
Danny
made able to
Ocean.
do this?
He said Danny Ocean.
Yeah, but why are you putting it on me to come up with a diabolical plan, dude?
It's
I'm just
George
a stooge
Clooney's
on the
fault.
radio.
Clooney did it.
Gator's point is just what he's trying to say is it's doable. Just because Gator doesn't know how to do it doesn't mean it's not doable.
Why do I need to map it out and come up with the chemical formulation to ensure that the ink that's on the ping pong ball lines up with some sort? That's not up to me. I'm just telling you what happened.
It's Karsch and Anderson, 97.1, The Ticket.